The iPhone 17 Pro Max will not be ignored. It sports a love it or hate it design that takes the camera bar across the entire back of the phone, and it comes in a cosmic orange color you can see from space. But this flagship brings more to the party than just a bold new look. That ultra-wide camera bar houses a powerful new 48-megapixel telephoto lens for better zoom shots, and Apple delivers better sustained performance thanks to a new vapor chamber cooling system that enables the blazing A19 Pro chip to keep going strong when you are playing intense games. And in a bigger battery, a less reflective display, and a tougher design on the front and the back, plus a nifty new selfie experience, and you have one of the best phones money can buy. But I have some pretty big complaints too. Here is my iPhone 17 Pro Max's review. The iPhone 17 Pro starts at $1,199 for 256 GB of storage, and that price goes all the way up to $2,000 for 2 TB of storage. This is the first time Apple is offering 2 TB in an iPhone. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is available for pre-orders now, and the release date is September 19. Apple took a risk with the iPhone 17 Pro Max redesign, and I actually think it pays off. What was just a camera bump in the top left corner is now a mammoth camera bar that Apple calls the Plateau. Some may not like it, but to me it actually feels more pro. And this area houses more components than before, so Apple could give the Pro Max a larger battery. Apple also ditched the titanium band for an aluminum unibody design because aluminum is lighter and 20x more thermally conductive, and that means the iPhone 17 Pro Max should feel cooler in your hand. The rounded edges of the phone have a soft touch feel to them, making the phone less slippery to hold than the iPhone 16 Pro Max. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is made tougher too. The 6.9-inch display is protected by Ceramic Shield 2, which has 3x better scratch resistance, and there is Ceramic Shield on the back that's 4x more resistant to crack than the previous glass. The Ceramic Shield back gives the Pro Max a two-tone design, which I really like, and it's more pronounced on the Cosmic Orange model than the Deep Blue model I tested. And you can also choose silver, but Apple oddly omitted black from this year's color options. Unfortunately, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is thicker and heavier than the iPhone 16 Pro Max. It measures 6.43 by 3.07 by 0.34 inches and weighs 8.22 ounces compared to 6.42 by 3.06 by 0.32 inches and 7.99 ounces. By comparison, the Galaxy S25 Ultra is 6.41 by 3.06 by 0.32 inches and just 7.69 ounces. The new iPhone 17 Pro Max is ready for bright sunny days thanks to a brighter 6.9-inch OLED panel that's rated for 3000 nits of peak brightness, up from 2000 on the 16 Pro Max. There is also an improved anti-reflection layer, which means you'll get less glare on the panel when you are watching movies or surfing the web. When I held the iPhone 17 Pro Max or 16 Pro Max in my hand and turned the phones in direct sunlight, I noticed less reflections on the newer iPhone. When I put the iPhone 17 Pro Max next to my S25 Ultra to play one battle after another trailer, Samsung's phone looked a bit brighter but suffered from slightly more glare. In our test, the iPhone 17 Pro Max reached a slightly higher 1899 nits compared to the Samsung's 1860, but the Pixel 10 Pro XL blew them both away with 2555 nits. The iPhone 17 Pro Max also fell behind the Galaxy and Pixel in color reproduction, reaching just 77.6% in the DCI-3 color space test. And its colors aren't as accurate as what you would get on either S25 Ultra or Pixel 10 Pro XL. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is now a triple threat with three 48-megapixel cameras, including a telephoto zoom with a sensor that's 56% larger that can deliver up to 8x optical quality zoom, and you get an 18-megapixel center stage front camera that can do a very neat trick. Here are some camera samples of the iPhone 17 Pro Max. The last couple of iPhone Pros have faced criticism for overheating or just not offering great speeds over long periods, but the iPhone 70 Pro Max answers the call with a claimed 40% better sustained performance with its A19 Pro chip, which is made possible by a new vapor cooling system. The A19 Pro packs a 6-core CPU and 6-core GPU, complete with neural accelerators for each core. The idea is to give you better performance when doing things like generating AI images. Sure enough, I found that Image Playground generated images 3 to 4 seconds faster on the iPhone 70 Pro Max versus 16 Pro Max. The iPhone 70 Pro Max flies through demanding games like Destiny Rising. The action remained fluid with multiple enemies on screen, and the graphics and lighting effects look stunning. On Geekbench, which measures overall performance, the iPhone 70 Pro Max beat the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra on the single and multi-core portions of the test. The new iPhone also finished our video transcoding test 30 seconds faster than Samsung's device. Most impressively, the iPhone 70 Pro Max beat the S25 Ultra in our graphic testing. After Samsung had pulled ahead over the last couple of years, on 3D Mark Solar Bay Unlimited, we saw frame rate of 46.6 compared to 42.4 FPS for the Samsung. That's a big jump from 28.1 FPS for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. But what about sustained performance? The iPhone 70 Pro Max uses a vapor chamber cooling system that is designed to minimize heat and keep it away from the key components. To test sustained performance, we ran the 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme Stress Test, which includes 20 runs of the same demanding graphic test. And then we ran it again to see the results after 40 minutes. The iPhone 70 Pro Max turned in a stability score of 68.4%, which is 16 points higher than the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The new iPhone also outperformed the iPhone 16 Pro Max, though we strangely saw a bigger delta after the first 20 minutes. We also measured the temperature of the phones using a laser thermometer, and the iPhone 70 Pro Max and S25 Ultra were about the same. The iPhone 70 Pro Max promises to deliver the longest battery life in a phone, and our first round of testing seems to back up the claim. After streaming a YouTube video for 5 hours at 50% screen brightness at over Wi-Fi, the iPhone 70 Pro Max was at 88% battery. That's better than the iPhone 16 Pro 80% and the way better than the Galaxy S25 Ultra, which was 75%. On our battery test, which involves web surfing at 150 nits of screen brightness, the iPhone 70 Pro Max lasted an epic 17 hours and 54 minutes. That's the longest lasting iPhone we have ever tested and puts Apple near the top of our best phone battery life list. It also beats the iPhone 16 Pro Max's 14 hours and 17 minutes as well as the Galaxy S25 Ultra's 14 hours and 27 minutes in the same conditions. The iPhone 70 Pro Max is rated to get 50% charge in 20 minutes with Apple's new 40-watt charger, and in our testing we did see an improvement. The phone got 64% in 30 minutes, better than the 55% for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. The wireless charging speeds via MagSafe remain at the same at 25 watt with a 30-watt adapter. At iOS 26, Apple's new software update has plenty of upgrades including a sleek liquid glass design, but I am more impressed with features that make your life easier, such as call screening and hold assist in the phone app. I also like that iOS 26 is more personal. You can set custom backgrounds in the Message app as well as send polls to family and friends. In terms of Apple Intelligence, Visual Intelligence gets an upgrade as you can now ask questions about whatever's on your screen. You can either search via Google or ask questions via ChatGPT. However, Apple is behind Gemini Live here as Google's AI can analyze your screen live and you can ask Google's Assistant questions in real time. With Apple, you have to take a screenshot first and Siri doesn't answer you, ChatGPT does via text. There's other noteworthy Apple Intelligence upgrades including live translation in messages, phone and FaceTime, smarter shortcuts and a more capable image playground now with better support for expressions and better ChatGPT integration. Overall, too, without the new full-fledged Siri on board, which is not coming until 2026, the iPhone 17 Pro Max lacks the true wow AI feature. Some good examples are cross-app actions on the S25 Ultra and being able to make edits or photos using just your voice on the Pixel 10 series. Some might be wondering if the iPhone Air is for them given that Apple's two phones not that far away in price. There are some benefits from going with the $999 Air. At just 5.64mm thick, it's way thinner than the iPhone 17 Pro Max and the Air is much lighter too at 5.8 ounces versus 8.2 ounces. For me, it's the difference between being able to easily slip a phone in your front pocket versus chucking it in your back pocket. The Air's display is pretty great too at 6.5 inches and the same rated brightness as the iPhone 17 Pro Max, although the Pro Max offers a more expansive 6.9 inches. The reasons to go for the Pro Max are more cameras. You get a true telephoto camera and an ultra-wide camera that can also do macros. The Air can't do that. Plus the iPhone 17 Pro Max lasted more than 5 hours longer on our battery test, and even though the iPhone Air has a similar A19 Pro chip, it offers one less GPU core and you will get worse sustained performance without vapor chamber cooling. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is the phone to get it if you love iOS and you want a big screen and the longest battery life possible. The iPhone 17 Pro is also great too if you prefer a design that's more compact. I would personally not upgrade if you have an iPhone 15 Pro Max or iPhone 16 Pro Max. The enhancements aren't compelling enough, but if you are coming from an older iPhone 14 Pro Max, I could definitely recommend stepping up to the new iPhone. You will enjoy a larger and brighter 6.9-inch display on Apple's newer phone, considerably faster performance, a tougher design, longer battery life, a better and smarter center stage front camera and other perks like audio mix for your videos. And even though there is no true killer Apple Intelligence feature yet, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is in line to get the new and improved Siri when it's finally ready. Is the iPhone 17 Pro Max the best phone overall? I would argue that the Galaxy S25 Ultra is better in some ways, including its AI features and zoom cameras, but if you are in the Apple ecosystem, the iPhone 17 Pro Max will make you happy, extra large camera bar and all.